I can't talk constantly like some people can. I think it's basically just personal preference, because I do like streamers who will have, not like prolonged periods of silence, but that's also a vibe that people can have. Um, Hate watching yourself though, Tricky. Not much dead air, but plenty of cursed air. It's why basically, if nothing's happening in the video game, I will be reading chat or literally just saying whatever comes into my brain to keep conversation moving. It's a frantic air, and it's why it's one of the reasons I don't stream for longer, because it's actually a little bit tiring. And that is not to say that this is a hard thing to do. It's not. Streaming is fucking easy as shit, right? It's great. But after about 4 hours of constant talking, like never having more than about 5 to 10 seconds of dead air, I need a sandwich afterwards, like I or a nap. I'm usually a little bit drained afterwards, especially as somebody who doesn't really talk outside of the stream. Like I've said this a few times, outside of Emma, I don't really talk to anybody. Like I don't talk in any way. Outside, I don't talk to, like, I don't voice call people. I'm either typing or nodding along, and I'm perfectly comfortable with that. But on stream, I'm talking a lot. I need constant noise whilst doing something. A tasty sprout sandwich. I'm the same. I will, or at least to ease myself into something, I have a real mental block about starting things, right? Even things I like you are bold and have no shame. When I'm, for instance, playing Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate is not something I usually have background noise on during. I tend to just be playing the game because there's a lot of dialogue and a lot of text and reading in it, so I would just get too distracted. But I will always start up a podcast or a stream or something on the other monitor when I'm loading up Baldur's Gate, almost to trick myself. Same with editing. I can't edit and watch a fucking stream much. Sometimes I can, depending on the edit, if I'm just doing effects work or something. But if I'm actually editing my fucking videos or voices or whatever, I can't watch something at the same time in the stream and have any sort of coherence. But I will put on a stream anyway while I start editing, and then about 5 minutes in, I'll turn it off or turn it down or something. I just have it up there, like a cat looking at a laser pointer, just have some movement up there. Maybe I do have ADHD. I have videos on while I play strategy games. The combat I'll turn on a podcast for Baldur's Gate. It's the dialogue. It's the dialogue and conversations and stuff that I find difficult to keep track of. But it's like I've many times I have talked about my my bedroom routine, which involves putting on some music. Oh, I hear some steppers. I put on some music in the background. I put on some thunder and rain noises in the background. I put on a podcast in the background, and I put on like a fireplace ambience in the background. And that sort of cocktail of noise will send me to sleep. It'll sort of overload my brain a little bit. And if I want to, I can focus on each layer individually. Like I can sort of flit between the layers a little bit. I think I am better at multitasking than some other people. People have said this when they've talked about streaming. Other people in this chat sometimes have talked about streaming. And they say that they do find it difficult to like go back and forth from the game. Now, obviously I'm really shit at it, but I can sort of split my brain a little bit. Like I can split my brain between the chat and the game and play both at the same time. Just worse. Like each one at about 60% efficiency. Like I'm really bad at the game that way, but I can focus on 2 or 3 things at once. You're thoroughly broken. Streaming is about experience and practice. Yes, you definitely get better at it as well. I remember when I first started streaming, and it was a while ago now, but when I first started streaming, I could not really bring myself to stream for longer than about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. Because it just seemed too tiring and too exhausting and too sort of mentally draining. Now, I regularly go for 4 or 5. It's easy enough. I noticed a lack of streamers I follow at the weekend, so I'll start at the weekend. I very occasionally stream at the weekend. I don't do it often because I have kind of accidentally built up an audience of people who will watch weekdays in the afternoon, my time. And so when I stream at the weekend, I get significantly fewer viewers. Like, noticeably fewer. So I try not to stream too much unless... If you ever see me streaming at the weekend, it's probably because I'm trying to finish a game that I have been playing for a while. And, just want it done. And so I can then just, upload the VOD to YouTube. And I no longer care about viewers. Goblins died to so many bears. Oh, yeah, honestly... And this is not being rude about the server in any way, because that's, I'm just not on at peak times. I have barely seen anyone in this server. There's a lot of people joined to the server, but there's only 7 on right now. So I haven't really seen many people to do much murdering. So I think today, what I want to do, it's getting dark now, which is perfect timing. What I want to do is maybe add another wing to the house, or maybe add some more furniture to the house, that kind of thing, and do some more researching. That's good. Or you've missed a stream and you don't want a rebellion on your hands from chat. Yes. Sometimes I'll miss, I do between 4 and 5 streams a week, right? My standard is usually 4, sometimes 5, because I'm trying to stream more Wednesdays as well. If I go down to 3, I usually feel a bit bad. I usually feel kind of bad when I don't stream at least 3 times a week. So I will then do weekend streams because I'm like, I should do something. I think less people watch on the weekend in general. Yes, because they have selfish things to do, like spend time with their loved ones. But also less streamers, so it can be less competition for views. It can go either way. I think it probably averages out if you haven't already built up an audience that watches you at certain times. Because that's the thing. I would say I do not really have hints for streaming because I am not really successful at streaming. I don't have the highest average viewership. I don't have the highest follower count or anything. I recently got over 1,000 and that's amazing. But I'm not an amazing professional streamer or anything. But I would say consistency in the dates and times that you stream are good in general. Because you will, even if it's not at a peak time, you will get viewers anyway who are just sort of naturally on and will be regulars because they have nothing else to do, right? Somebody will watch you eventually. So basically, eventually, no matter how shit you are at streaming, like me, you will eventually find a group of people with bad enough taste and poor enough impulses that they'll just follow you. It's great. It's like being a sort of deranged Pied Piper. Eventually, and it's like luring a little mouse out of a bush or something. Eventually, you can sort of get them used to your voice, or a feral cat. That's what you're all like to me. You know how if there's a feral cat living under your shed, you sort of coax it out with some milk? What the fuck is this? Oh, it's Halloween. That's stone. You sort of coax it out with some milk or some little cat food or some little dreamies or something in the bottom of your hand, and you sort of, as they eat out of your hand or let milk out of your bowl, you just sort of sit by them and go it's okay, look, listen to the sound of my voice, it's all fine. And then eventually they get Stockholm syndromed. Lurk, hate you, bye. This doesn't sound like a good appraisal. There's a bottom of the barrel somewhere for everyone, exactly. Feral cats. It insults their whole chat, wonders why viewers go down. Oh, Jesus fucker Christ. What is this? What's trick or treat? That scared the fuck out of me. Ow! That is so loud, Jesus. Top creeps. What's creeps? What's creeps, precious? Oh, Christ, I need to turn down my fucking volume. Jesus, that hurts. Okay, there we go. Back down to 24. That's nice and quiet now. How do I do? What do I do? What is creeps? Oh! There's little, pick up? Oh, there's little, sweets around. So far, very disgusting. This is, I think, a caramel apple. Although that doesn't look like caramel. What the fuck is that? Some chocolate. What are you? You're a chocolate bar? I've never had candy corn. I think candy corn is a very American thing. I don't even know what's in it. I think it might be just gelatin and sugar. It looks fucking awful. I think even in America, candy corn is considered a controversial sweet, as in nobody really likes it. Yeah, there's no way I win this, right? I didn't even know what was happening until a few seconds ago. Find me some more apples. Is that an apple? I think that's just a fire. I don't know where more apples are. There's some more candy corn. So we've been tricked into being here. I mean, feral cats occasionally, or very often, I think, will grow to love their owners. Sorry, I'm putting it in weirder and weirder ways. So just basically what I'm saying is shush while I put on this collar and get into your cage. Caramel apples, please. I think I've had a chocolate apple when I was a kid. I equally dislike chocolate and apples, I think. So I don't know why. I think I actually preferred the chocolate to the apple. And you all know how little I respect chocolate. So it shows how much I hate apples. I've tried it, it's okay. Toffee apples are nice. Are these toffee apples? Because what's the red? It might be like an American thing, and this is like fucking deep fried syrup or something. I can't pick up that one. It's too deep in the ground. They are. I could not grow to love you. Oh, Christ. Candy apple equals toffee apple. So they just call it candy. Like it's a stripper. Sorry, that because I don't call sweets candy. That's kind of what I associate it with. Or the song "Candy Says" by Velvet Underground. How many do I fucking need? Do you get anything for coming second or third, or is it just like first wins? Is it like the British electoral system where it's first past the post and then everyone else can get fucked? The fuck is that noise? Oh, it's the timer. I think. Good stuff. Give me that candy corn. I think candy corn is non-vegetarian. You placed 4th. Oh! Some Halloween sweets. Healing 1, calories 25. So I just get... Oh, so collect 10 to upgrade to a small loot bat. Okay. Can I... Oh. Collect 10 to upgrade to a medium loot bag containing better loot. Ooh, a pumpkin basket. Ooh. Use right click to throw candy. Oh, I can gather them faster. That'll be useful. Open bag. Oh, and some metal. I'm very happy with that. I'll take that. That's fine. And I'll eat these sweets. Although, again, I'm not going to be trick-or-treating. Can you trick-or-treat as an adult? I think you'd probably get beaten to death, wouldn't you? I don't think you can go trick-or-treating as an adult. Even in America. I think they'd probably frown at that and go, why? Are you some sort of molester? Why are you doing this? Would children be happy if their guising bag had metal scraps in it? I mean, I wouldn't be unhappy, just because I remember being just true neutral about Halloween in general. Like, I don't really like Halloween. I don't dislike Halloween either. I know I've got a lot of sort of gothy millennials in chat, so I know they'll probably love Halloween. And Emma loves Halloween. But even as a kid, because I don't like sweets that much, I was always just kind of, 5 out of 10. Don't really care either way if it happens or not. Dressing up was kind of fun, I guess, but I was always a bit boring. Other than the one year, the only time I've ever properly dressed up for Halloween was a fairly, looking back, ill-advised costume that I'm slightly surprised my parents let me put on, which involved black face paint. So, you know, looking back, I never really did anything for it. Other than that, it was just like, I'm a vampire or whatever. Just kind of generic stuff. If you're wondering, I dressed as a drow.
Any rubbish cutlery?
You can take out this cum slut mug if you like.
You can take it out yourself.
Okay. Do you not even want to touch the cum slut mug?
No.
Yes, take on desk. True neutral about Halloween, lower. Where am I even going? I guess I'll go to... I don't know. Let's go to the Dome. Fuck it might be fun. It's goth Christmas. I kind of like the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that more of a Halloween movie or more of a Christmas movie? I think it works as either. What? Emma shouted down, that's a long-standing debate. Is this like those die-hard nerds where they're like, it's a Christmas movie? I don't know. It's okay. That's a fine movie. I don't love it as much as a lot of people do because I don't really like musicals. But it's fine. I prefer Coraline of his 2 movies that I've seen. What else has he made? I can't even remember the guy's name who directed... Henry Selick, thank you. His 2 movies that I've seen are Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline, and I think Coraline is great.
Did you give the pigs some hay?
Yes. Now, is that because I think the evil mum in Coraline is very, very hot? Possibly. Who knows? It probably is a factor. But I think it's just a good movie anyway. It's less... I don't know. It feels like Nightmare Before Christmas is one of those movies that people on Twitter and Tumblr in their mid to late 30s build their personality around. Feels like a movie that would have been posted a lot on MySpace. You know, it's one of them. I don't know if that's really a coherent thought about it. Oh, it's nice and bright. I still, after many hours in this server, have not built any shoes, so I want to get on that as soon as possible. And hopefully kill someone. That'd be nice as well. I feel like I don't know if I've actually properly murdered anyone since the very beginning. Oh, it's getting a bit framey here. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you're really seeing that, because you're getting 60 frames max anyway, so it might not look as bad for you. But it's dipping a bit. Shh. I hear something. That wasn't a boy! That was an NPC. Scarecrow. With a sickle. That's kind of cool. I quite like the sickle. And a Frankenstein torso? Can I build a Frankenstein? I watched Frankenstein for the first time ever last night, which is weird. Because, you know, it's a spooky classic. It wasn't that spooky. And I think it was just okay. But, you know, watch Frankenstein if you like. Don't take that weapon, it'll give you a disease. What? This tool is extremely versatile at cutting throats, perhaps trees too. Will it? Will it give me a disease? I might keep it anyway, because it's a sickle. Oh, Christ, that hurt me in my heart. That was actually like being pierced by a stingray's barb. Right in the heart until you die en route to the hospital. Oh. Oh. I have a complicated relationship with puns. Where I don't think I like puns, but I sort of inflict them upon myself anyway. Like, I've watched the comedy of Tim Vine. If you're not British or Irish, you probably won't know who Tim Vine is. I don't know if he broke America. But I've watched stand-up DVDs by Tim Vine, and yet I am physically hurt by puns. It's like I'm sort of... Which one is the one where you like to be hurt? That's masochism, right? Sadism's the more evil one. It must be some sort of, like, masochistic urge, where, like, I believe I deserve to be punished or something. Where I'll watch something... I think it's the same urge that makes me watch, like, really bad movies. Like the fact that we watched all of the Final Destination movies recently, Emma and I. And at no point did I enjoy myself, even ironically. Actually, that's not true. At the end of... maybe the second one? Maybe the second one. I laughed a lot because a boy blew up. And, like, a hand fell on a plate. That was kind of fun. I could destroy you. I don't know. Am I just a joking masochist? I don't think I'm actually a masochist. I think I'm actually quite vanilla and plain and boring. It's just that, you know, I say whatever the fuck is on my brain in this stream. Because I'm so terrified of dead air. I'm not getting any, like, gunshots in my ears. or like angry bear noises or anything. I wonder if there's going to be scarecrows up here. I like the idea of roving chainsaw wielding scarecrows a lot. You clearly like being pun-ished. Oh, Christ. Slow clap. I don't know. Puns are... They're one of the lowest forms of comedy, right? Does anybody unironically like puns? Or is it always like a slight wince and then like, grudging respect for making the word play? It's a bit like a Christmas cracker joke. I'm not going to say they're as bad as a Christmas cracker joke, but the point of a Christmas cracker joke, I remember reading from somebody who wrote them. It's like an article by a guy who wrote Christmas cracker jokes, because that needed to be a thing. That the point of a Christmas cracker joke was to unite everyone around the table in how bad they are, because they said there's a philosophy of Christmas crackers. And if you don't know what Christmas crackers are, because they're not universal, I think they're a very British and Irish thing. They're like little paper tubes with like a little spark thing in them, and you pull them and they pop, and there's a terrible paper hat and a little joke and a little plastic toy, like a mustache comb or something in them. I don't know why they're a tradition, but they are. You do like 10 of them every Christmas. I don't know why. But they were talking about it as it is very difficult, no matter how funny you are, even if you're a genuinely very talented comedian, it is very, very difficult, maybe even impossible, to make a joke that everyone will find funny, that everyone will laugh at, because everybody's sense of humor is really different, right? Like for instance, like the comedy, the stand-up that I like, probably other people would go, I don't like it, it's a bit too weird, you know, stuff like that. Like when I would say that I liked Susie Izzard a lot, my parents would always go, it's a bit too weird, you know, that kind of thing. So it's all very, very different and hard to mesh together. And so if you have 10 people around a Christmas dinner table, they'll all laugh at different things. But if you make an objectively really bad joke that nobody could possibly find funny, then everybody is united against the joke. Everybody is bonded together by understanding that the joke is really bad and laughing at the joke with each other. So nobody's divided by not getting the joke, or in a way, it's very utopian. In a way. It's like, it's the one thing that Britain has invented that actually brings people together. When you search for an answer to a question you have, but all you get is the Reddit pun thread. It's a real... Because as Google has gotten worse, that's brought up more and more, right? Because Google has been supplementing itself with AI results recently. And Google search has already been massively shitting itself, basically, for, I'm going to say, 5 years now. It used to be way better. It's no longer good. Google Images, in particular, is fucking useless. As somebody who does design work, and used Google Images as just like a quick reference point to get reference images for, the lack of a view image button and the fact that it's all now SEO'd to fuck is ruinous. So don't use Google Images anymore. It's terrible. But as Google has gotten worse, the rise of Googling a query and then adding Reddit to the end has become a thing. Because Reddit, as mind-numbingly shit as Reddit is, it does have a lot of very hyper-specific niche subreddits about technical issues. So if you have like a specific thing wrong with a monitor, for instance, you can go problem code plus Reddit on Google, and you'll probably get somebody who had the exact same thing, like an old forum post kind of style, as opposed to just Googling it and getting 15 fucking AI-generated articles just highlighted at the top of the page, and ads just going like, sometimes people use computers to simplify their workflow. Here's what you can use a computer for. And then like 15 more pages of SEO before you get to a badly researched wrong answer. It's like recipes. Recipes went that way like 10 years ago. It's great for game advice too. Yes. Like Reddit has a place. That place is in a bin. But until then, the place it has is niche game and technical advice. because I can't really think of a place that's better for it right now. Because obviously there's like proper tech forums and websites, but if you get really niche, you're probably just going to have to go to a random Reddit thread with 3 responses, and it'll be like, thanks, this helped. And then obviously there's the other thing, which can be, oh, never mind, fixed it, and then they never update it again, and it's 5 years later and the page is locked. Oh, Christ. Can I open this? Can I hack through this? Offline. No, thank you. No way. Maddening. As somebody who played, as a kid, a lot of old video games, this was the bane of my existence. Like, and I mean, not even that old, really, considering I was a kid. But, like, I remember when I was maybe, like, 12, trying to install the Thief games on my computer. And it taking me literally multiple days to get them running. Now, thank fuck they're on GOG, so you can just play them. And it's a wonderful service. You can just play the games, and they're updated and patched, and it's wonderful. I remember having to get a fucking, like, I think I had to, like, burn a physical disc and shit in order to get it work. I'll let you know if it worked. Crickets. Praise be to GOG. It really made me realize recently how good a service GOG is. And this is as a noted CD Projekt Red hater. I fucking hate CD Projekt Red. I think their games are embarrassing, and I hate their entire corporate structure and leadership. I hate them. But I've heard Cyberpunk is good now. Maybe I'll play that at some point. But GOG is a wonderful, wonderful website. Like, so incredible. Yes, they're DRM free, which is a huge one. The fact that you just can download, you can go through their launcher, or you can just download the EXE. I have a folder on my hard drive of just EXEs I've downloaded from GOG, just in case, you know, just in case it goes down. And it's great. I can have offline, fully patched copies of the game installers, plus extras. What was I saying? Oh, Jesus Christ. Where am I? I am by the fishing village? That might have been a boy, not a scientician. I don't need bones. Why would I need bones? Was that a boy? There's a building there, so it could be a boy. They're in a better position from me if it is a boy. But yeah, I was playing a game recently on stream, and I stopped playing it on stream, not because I didn't like it, I did like it, but because it simply didn't work well enough. It was called Nocturne, and I thought it was really good. I mean, it was really bad, but in a way I enjoyed, right? It wasn't a good game. Don't take this as a recommendation. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it just kept crashing, and I realized that instantly when I was looking for it, I first searched in why are you doing this to me? I first searched GOG because I was like, I can't, I'm busy fighting a boy. No. No. Which one was Nocturne? The one that was a bit like Hellboy, but even more campy and stupid.
Did you take your medicine kit?
Yes, I did.
I'll take that.
That you? I don't know if I have the... I did hit him. Oh, fuck, I'm taking so much more damage than he is, though. Christ. Okay, hang on. Crouch. It's the one where the Reddit guy was the star. But yeah, GOG has spoiled me, because actually trying to get an old game working again was a fucking nightmare. Oh, fucker. Oh, Jesus Christ, and I'm bleeding. Oh no, eat some fucking corn or something. I am one shot from death. I might still die, actually. Do I have any other food? I can't make a bandage. Oh, no. Drink or something? Drink? Can that heal me? Can drinking heal me? A little bit. Drink a little bit more? Come on, I have at least 1 hit point. Oh, fucker. Okay. Can I slow death incoming? I've got a hit point. That's all you need, really. 1 shot is all it takes. If I can just... I think the range on this gun is really bad. Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ. I think they can see the top of me little head. They can see my little noggin. Oh, boy! Oh, Jesus. Oh, fucker! I thought I was safe. Okay, 45% chance to get up. Nope. Oh, Christ. How about you move and not come out at the same place? Oh. Oh, it was Spafe as well, who is significantly better at the game at me. You'd be so bad at Battle Royales. That's why I don't play him. Well, one of the reasons I don't play him. Let's go back to sleep, boy. You know what? I should run a bet. What? I will run a bet for Rust. Because I forgot. Manage prediction. Start prediction. Will Dreya live for 25 minutes? Start prediction. And I will set a timer. You can bet now if you like. Open up the clock. Set it for 25 minutes. Start. It's officially on. Go back to this. There we go. I keep forgetting what my own fucking keywords are. Right. I mean, I guess I want to go back, right? Whoever that was, I left your stuff. Yippee. Right. Let's go back and try and get our stuff back. Just a rock is fine. We don't need anything else. Do I have any post, by the way? No. OMG. I've never played a Battle Royale. I've been invited to Fortnite a few times. And I've never brought myself to do it. Like, whenever I see people playing Fortnite, I'll be honest, it looks more fun than any other Battle Royale I've ever seen. That is less a compliment to Fortnite and more an insult to every other Battle Royale I've ever played or ever seen. Because, like, PUBG looks really bad. What are the other ones? Warzone, I really didn't look good to me. What was Titanfall did one? Didn't Titanfall do one? It's called Apex Legends. Didn't like that one either. Fortnite looks like it could actually be some fun. You can see why. I'm not a Fortnite hater. I can see why the game took the world by storm at one point and is still obviously very, very famous. The thing that puts me off Fortnite is the cynicism of it all, I guess, which is strange coming from me as the most cynical person in the fucking world. Emma shouting in, no, you're not. But the cynicism of all the different brands being in Fortnite puts me off a bit. It feels like I would be essentially porting myself into a gacha machine. Like I'm in Tron, but like in a Japanese casino. I just, it makes me feel icky looking at it, but the gameplay itself looks fun. I can't think of a character I'd like to be in Fortnite. Like, you know, I just know that the first time I saw like fucking Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty and Deadpool shooting rifles at each other, my eyes would roll so far back up in my head that I would go blind forever and I just wouldn't be able to play it anymore. It's a bit like how I felt at the end of Endgame, but on like a grander scale, where at a certain point in Avengers Endgame, it was like Spider-Man did a backflip over Iron Man and then Valkyrie like threw Thor's hammer to him and he web slung onto it and threw it to Captain America, and it was all very exciting, I suppose. And then at a certain point my brain just went, check out of this. Just this doesn't matter. You don't need to spend your attention on this. Just don't bother. It's simply too stupid, and there's too many guys in Lycra. You just don't bother paying attention for the rest of this. And then it went on about 45 more minutes, and I wanted nothing more than to leave that cinema. But I feel like that's what Fortnite is now. And Magic. I was talking about Magic this week a little bit. I played Magic the Gathering a decent amount. I liked Magic the Gathering. My dad was into it in the 90s. My dad was into Magic the Gathering in the 90s and tried to get us into it as well, me and my brother. And we never did it competitively. but we just played it like amongst ourselves and like a couple of times at shops and stuff like that. Does he still have his cards? No, he sold them all and made a decent amount of money. They can be very, very valuable. My dad had, I think, something like a fucking 1,000 magic cards, right? Maybe. Something like that. Maybe more. He got a nerd friend of his. My dad in the 90s. I'm 38 and you're making me feel old. My dad is 50, if that makes anyone feel very old. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, my dad got a friend who is slightly nerdier than he is to go through and sort through his cards for any valuable ones, list them on eBay himself, and then take like a 10% commission. So he did that and made, I think he made a few hundred. I don't think anything he had was like massively valuable, but he made like a few hundred out of it, considering he doesn't play Magic anymore. That's good enough. But yeah, we played it for a little while, and then eventually I realized that Magic is, I think, genuinely could be more expensive than doing some hard drugs. Like, I think it could be a more expensive habit. I think it could really bankrupt you playing Magic the Gathering, so I stopped. And also, I just wasn't having that much fun anymore. I feel like at a certain point, I will get bored of CCGs. Like, I don't play any right now, but I was the same with Hearthstone. I played Hearthstone for a little bit, and then got very bored of it once I finished one season, whatever they call it, and went, oh, I've done quite well. I got to a fairly high rank. I'm done with this. I've won now. I kind of did that with Magic and went, never again. But Magic, my original point was, Magic was the same with me, where looking at it now, when they have these like ridiculous tie-in cards, where it's like, you can have Thor in Magic the Gathering, you can have fucking Rick and Morty in Magic the Gathering, you can have a Fallout suit of power armor in Magic the Gathering. If there was any desire in my body to ever play Magic the Gathering again, that has now died. I could not imagine ever playing that shit again now. Because it's just too branded and cynical. Which is, that's just how the world is now, I suppose. For being even more cynical about it. Universes Beyond, I don't like it. I'm sure they're all optional stuff. I don't even know if it's legal to play in tournaments or anything, but like, it's dumb enough and, cynical and corporate enough that I just don't ever want to look at it. Oh, my gun's gone, I think. Oh, fucker. I was looking for my torch there. Ugh. It's only legal in Commander, except the Lord of the Rings stuff, which is set to legal in Modern. Oh yeah, I forgot there was Lord of the Rings. Because I know the racists got really angry at the Lord of the Rings one, didn't they? Because there's like a black Aragorn or something. And they got like real fucking mad about it. That's all I know about the Lord of the Rings set. Yeah? That's because you use Chrome. Yeah, but Chrome has been like delisting ad blocker as a thing. You'll have to switch to Firefox. I don't think so, no. They might update and work again, but I doubt it. It's Google, they're evil. Mm-hmm. Emma's complaining about her ad blocker, if you can't hear that from the other room. Emma and my dad, the only two people I have met in the last 5 years who still use Chrome. Just Google Firefox. Yes. What? I don't know. Anyway, Magic that. Yeah, everybody switched to Firefox. Nobody used Chrome. Google in general. Like, Google was always evil, right? From their foundation, they were always a bit evil. But they at least were good at it. They were good at their job. It's like Amazon. Amazon are really evil. However, they do provide a very useful, convenient service. Like, I have ordered some stuff from Amazon recently. I try not to as much as I used to, but, for some like hardware stuff for the stream, I'll usually order off Amazon because there is no hardware stores around here. No like technology stores around here, at least. So it's just a very convenient, good, fast, efficient service. Google is evil and shit. Like, it's so bad now. Like, the deleting of the what's it called? The ad blockers is a real, I think, a bad move for Google. Yes, because but they're making enough money anyway. They just want more. But I think it's going to Netflix them. You know how Netflix is... I mean, actually, they are gaining users back, bafflingly, because of their whole password sharing nonsense. But how streaming is becoming more and more fragmented and piracy is on the rise again, I think they're going to do that to themselves as it gets more and more annoying and people are just going to switch to Firefox or another browser. I will say almost everything fucking runs off Chromium now, though. Firefox is one of the few that doesn't. Like, if you use Opera GX, number 1, go take a shower. Number 2, that's also Chromium. Sorry, that's rude, but also I believe it and stand by it. Right, where the fuck am I going? One fight and I've lost. Oh, Christ. I am baffled by the rise of Opera GX. Opera, number 1, they're still a company. 2, who the fuck uses Opera GX as a browser? They are the most cringe fucking edgelord company in the world. They're like Kick, but of browsers. Just like stolen memes on X.com, the company. It's a browser for gamers. Opera's for Apple, is it? Well, Opera GX is marketing itself... Oh, there's a boy! Opera GX is marketing itself as the browser for gamers. And I just fundamentally don't understand it, because what does that mean? No, not Opera. Oh, is that Safari is the Apple one. I don't know if I've ever bothered using Safari. I must have. I've used Macs. I just don't remember what Safari's like. That's it. I've used Macs, but only under duress. Like, I went to college in a place that was certified as like an Apple training hub. I don't know what that means. Opera GX offers you $2,000 to promote their browser over 4 streams, using it and praising it with key talking points and boosting their unique selling points. Do you accept the offer? Oh, that's a lot of money. Is the contract... Does the contract include winking? Like... Can I go, it's great? And just sort of wince while I'm doing it. I don't know. I've turned down sponsorships in the past, but 2,000's a lot. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. As long as you continue to talk about Opera GX. Also, 4 streams is a lot, maybe 2. The gamer's browser. Oh, see, that immediately makes me feel sick. Can you imagine the goblin bubbling through a promotion? Oh, it would feel so fake. That's one of the reasons. Like, I've gotten several sponsorships, and I'm not going to name all of them because I've turned them down, and that would seem rude. Like, maybe they'll make something I like. But a lot of them are mobile games, and a lot of them are things like Raid Shadow Legends, which I will name because they fucking sponsor everybody. And I just know... Like, number 1, and integrity, whatever, fuck off. But the other one is, I know I would basically lose the respect, the dwindling, tiny amount of respect anyone has for me if I did a sponsorship for Raid Shadow Legends. People would be like, oh, really? No HelloFresh partnerships? Maybe, but I think I turned down HelloFresh as well. Not because I hate HelloFresh or anything, but it's because they don't do any vegan stuff, I think. It was Blue Apron, HelloFresh, maybe? They don't do any, like, vegan options, so I went, I'd be a bit of a hypocrite if I did that, so I said no, I think. None of these are, like, big money, by the way. These are all, like, you know, a couple of hundred, maybe. But, like, none of these are, like, huge money. Tell Face in Rust Chat he should wait till crops are mature, then harvest at any % in mature stage. According to my chat, wait till crops are mature, then harvest at any % mature stage. There we go. Lovely. Amazing, Dreya. What a public service. Literally anyone can do a HelloFresh. HelloFresh is Is HelloFresh is the one that I'm thinking of, right? Where it's like they send you the materials for a food. Sorry, I've been playing too much Rust. What's it called? The ingredients for a meal, not the materials for a food. Hello, Spiff. Welcome. Hello, I'm offline now. Hope you got all your stuff back. I did. Thank you. They give you ingredients, yes. I fundamentally don't understand that. I mean, look, I guess if you're very busy, but I've heard it's also quite expensive unless you get vouchers and sign-on bonuses and stuff like that, which is probably why the what's it called? The sponsorships work so well, right? They get like discounts and stuff. But like, I don't see the point in a HelloFresh or a Blue Apron. Like, I would just buy my own food, I think. Ooh, what are you? Hello? There's a spooky door. Ah! I don't have a weapon. Right. This doesn't feel fantastic. Let me toss some stuff away. Let me make a bandage quickly. Can I make a bandage, please? And use that on myself. HelloFresh and most of those buy your own meal kit things are very expensive for single people. Yes, I've heard that as well. Most of the time when I see people not using them anymore, it is because of things like that. They're like, this is really fucking expensive for what it is. I guess that... Oh, Jesus. I think they're a bit of a scam. Ooh, cool. I've never seen this. It's like a Rust-wide Halloween event. Oh, Christ, I'm about to die! Run away! No, I can't take this. I'll come back in a bit. With a fucking gun. Jesus Christ. Okay, where is this? This is down here. I'm gonna mark this on the map. I'm gonna go back to my house. I'm gonna get a gun and then come back here. Apparently they treat factory workers, a lot of whom are people of color, real bad as well. Capitalism. That's not meant to be dismissive either. That's just true, right? Yeah, I just kind of assume that with a lot of those big companies. Just, you know... Any company that just advertises a lot on podcasts, I'm automatically a little bit suspicious of. That's not entirely fair either. I'm sure there's some good ones, but I'm confident that because of how much I've heard them advertised on podcasts, MeUndies can't be good, right? Or HelloFresh or Casper mattresses. Like, surely they wouldn't need to pay that much in podcasting fees if they were really good. I can order my groceries and cook recipes without HelloFresh for less. Exactly. I have an air fryer. I'm set for life. Ooh, a backpack. What's this? Oh, it's just a pitchfork. Oh, it's another fucking scarecrow, I think. Exactly. Also, they have no spice. So bland. Oh, my frames are dropping. Oh! Sorry, I got frightened by a coffin. Or a headstone, whatever. Bye. How are there so many mattress companies there these days? I don't know. I have bought one mattress in my life. I mean, I've only been living outside of my parents' house for 3 years, but, you know, I've only ever bought one mattress. People can't be buying mattresses that often, right? How often do you buy a mattress? Like, what's the average? Am I, like, real bad at it? Am I supposed to, like, buy a mattress every 2 years or something? And I'm, like, way behind. I could do with one. My mattress is a bit, like, meh. I have an app that is really good. Mealtime. Been using it for years. Can recommend. I've used BBC Good Food. That's like quite a good like recipe app, I find. If anyone's looking for recommendations. In general, I tend to just make the same shit over and over again though. Like I survive. I'm going to say this is not an exaggeration, right? I think 75% of my diet is fried rice. I think I eat a staggering amount of fried rice that would make another person sick. I eat almost exclusively fried rice. And then a mix of stuff I find in, like, the Tesco clearance bins. That's a lot of carbs. It is. I should definitely stop. I'm trying to wean myself off it. It used to be about 85%. It's down to about 70, 75. I can't remember buying a mattress. I just seem to always have one. Mine might have come with my bed. I don't know if I actually even specifically bought the mattress. Like, it just... mattresses come with beds, don't they? You can buy a bed frame and a mattress together. I can't remember. It's been long enough, and I wasn't really paying enough attention when I was moving in to know where stuff came from. A lot of my stuff came from IKEA. Some of my furniture came from my parents as they're trying to offload just random stuff around their house. Some of it came from an IKEA competitor called Jisk, which sounds fake. Sounds like a knockoff brand IKEA. But it kind of is, I think. Where the fuck am I? Where am I going? I'm going the right way, that's fine. When was the last time you bought a pillow? To my knowledge, I have never bought a pillow. My pillows were bought for me by my parents when I moved in, as well as, like, the nightstands. There's, like, a moving gift. They bought me some nightstands and some pillows. And I don't think I have ever bought another one. Or cushions. Because I don't really like pillows or cushions when I sleep. I sometimes don't sleep with a pillow. And mainly it's to prop up my head while I'm on my phone, if I'm honest. And it's not like a comfort thing. So yeah, I don't know if I've ever bought pillows. So it's been about 3 years since I moved in here. So my pillows are 3 years old. Is that, like, bad? Is that good, bad? Should I buy new pillows? I've been thinking about finding, like, a really hard pillow. Like, what's the hardest a pillow can get? Not like memory foam, because I also find that a bit squishy. But, like, what's, like, a hard pillow? A brick? I don't know. Like, I'd like a firm mattress and a thin duvet and a thin pillow, I think. It's just one of those things. Everyone has them, but rarely buys them. Bed sheets as well. I don't think I've ever bought bed sheets. Did my parents buy my bed sheets? I must have bought bed sheets. But I don't remember. I don't know where I'd even buy bed sheets. I'd probably just wander around my town going, bed sheets? Anybody? Rock slab. I mean, I think that would be nice. Like camping or something. I could sleep on a rock. No. Sorry, my guinea pig just yawned. You okay? You gonna sleep? Good pig. She stuck her foot out. In fact, I'm taking a picture of that. Because I love little guinea pig feet. There we go. Loves being uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. It's like, I don't know. It's nice to be, like, stiff and a bit, like, held in and a bit cold. Right? Is that just me? Like, I don't really like being warm, or I hate soft duvets, like big, plushy duvets and pillows. I have had genuinely the worst sleep of my life has been in, like, very plushy beds. I don't get it at all. Like, I like firm mattresses and firm pillows and a thin blanket, basically. Like in ancient Egypt, they just had headrests. That might be for you. Honestly, genuinely, yes. I think that would be for me. And I'm going to send a picture of the pig into the Discord and then show it up here. Let's go pigs and pets. Let's go pig on the desk. Lovely. And then tab out and go to my Discord. Where's my Discord? No, not that. Discord is here. Fantastic. Pigs and pets. Pig! There we go. That was a lot of effort for that. This is what the pig looks like right now. She's just like slowly stretching out and going to sleep. I've changed my winter duvet and it's a duck feather heavy down duvet. Oh, Christ, that seems horrible. Got a new one a couple of months ago. We had to get a firm one as my wife sat on a soft one and immediately, nope, no. It's me. Weighted blankets are a revelation. I've heard a lot of people love weighted blankets, but I don't know. I don't know. I like being compressed, but maybe only by like a big rock or an angry woman or something. Like, I don't know if I'd like being compressed by a blanket for that long. I think it might be too warm, especially. Can you get a cold blanket? That sounds like insanity, what I just said. But can you get like a weighted blanket that's like kind of cold? Like not too warm. I'll post a video on Discord. Just wants to be everything to be horrible and severe. I would also like a cold weighted blanket. Like, you know, maybe you could pump some coolant fluid into it, like a liquid cooled PC. Something like that. Because I get very hot. I run very, very hot. It's because I'm a larger person. Not height-wise, but width-wise, unfortunately. I run extremely warm, and it's very unpleasant. I don't like it. So being under any blanket for any period of time, even being in like pajamas throughout the day or something like that, really bothers me. Dreya is like a screaming cat being wrapped in a soft blanket and struggling. I just don't like it. Everything can be cool if you leave a window open. I leave my window open. It's winter, not winter. It's not winter, is it? It's autumn. When does winter start? November? November's winter, isn't it? Autumn is... Is it? No, February's winter, isn't it? Sorry, I'm all fucked up because Irish seasons that I was taught when I was a kid are different to everyone else's seasons. Did you know in Ireland, I was taught the first day of spring is like the 1st of February, which is not how the rest of the world does it. They just fucked us internationally. Like, it's because it's St. Bridget's Day in Ireland. She's like the patron saint of spring. And so they mark February as the first day of spring. As like most places, it's March, I think. I also desperately want to be cool, but the other kind. I've accepted that I'm not, I think. Maybe when I was younger, but I think I am, broadly speaking, and this is a pathetic revelation. Honestly, it's a terrifying revelation. I think I am genuinely cooler now than I've ever been. That's terrifying, because I am not cool. Can you imagine how much of a fucking drip I was in school? Oh, but yes, I have my window open. Is that my fucking house? Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. The timer's gone off. We've lived for 25 minutes. I'll pay out that bet in a second. Younger you sounds worse, yes. Yes, definitely. I mean, in many ways. Oh, they've left me a gun. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. Give me a gun. Give me a gun and some bullets. Yippee. At least I can sort of defend myself. Crouch through the shelves, never mind. Right, let's, oh, fuck. I mean, I guess we'll try and build some stuff. Oh, fuck off. Right. So this place is decaying as well, isn't it? Okay. How does one build a workbench? No, or... Oh, God. Okay. Put some of this stuff in here. I don't need it. Why can't I put stuff in here? Why can't I put stuff in there? Does not accept player items. What? Give me a small stash. I can't build it. Give me a small stash, please. Like a toothbrush mustache. A la a Hitler. What? Free inside? I can't put that indoors? Do I have to put it, like, out here? Oh, Christ. Okay, give me... I need some wood, then. But I need to free up some inventory. I would like to put all of this shit in here. Actually, this can go out. This can go in. I can put you here just for some free water. Did you get raided? Apparently. I don't know. Christ. And I forgot to use the scrap first to research things. Right, we're in a poor situation. I'm going to go get some wood, and then we're going to rebuild this house a little bit. Kind of looks like a doll's house now. I've never owned a doll house, or even a Polly Pocket. Shockingly. Right, let's just chop some wood, and it'll all be fine. It'll be okay. Open plan home. I mean, I prefer open plan houses. I had a dream last night, speaking of open plan houses and doll houses, because my house is very, very tiny. I had a dream last night that my house was open plan, and I went, oh, this is nicer, and then woke up. That is the mundanity of my dreams. My dreams have gotten so fucking boring. I used to have proper dreams, I feel. I think I used to have dreams where I went on adventures. Now it's like, I genuinely had a dream a few weeks ago where I bought a skip. I rented a skip from a company, threw lots of things from my house in the skip, and then went, oh, this is much nicer. That was my dream. That's pathetic. That can't be a dream. That's genuinely pathetic. Oh, Christ. Okay, we need some metal in there. Do I have any metal anywhere? Did I put that? Oh, Christ. Okay, do I have any metal? Just so that this doesn't decay while I'm building it. Where'd I put the stash? There's metal and wood. Okay, we will be sort of fine. Let's put some metal and some wood in there. It's protected for 8 hours. We have 8 hours to get this shit up and running. So we need more stone. And we need... we don't need more stone. We need more wood, though. Let's just get a fuck ton of wood. I like that you're still using the doors. Look, it's like... I've gone through a tragedy. I'm sticking to routine. In bed, the bed we used in the UK had a luxury duvet that was supposedly like 100% pure duck down. When you moved, it would sound like stuffed with rolled up newspapers. It was awful. I have slept once in my life. This has reminded me of that, actually. I have slept once in my life on a duck down pillow or goose feather pillow or whatever the fancy one is. My nana, I stayed over at my nana's house years ago now. I haven't stayed over at her house in a while. But she gave me her fancy pillow with a down stuffing, and it was genuinely one of the most unpleasant things I have ever had near my body. It was fucking horrible. It was like being jabbed with pens and newspaper. It was like, because there was still like, I don't know if it was like homemade or something, because my granddad lived in the countryside. It might have just been like they killed a duck and like put it in a bag. But like, it felt like they still had left some of the quills in there. Like, it was horrible. It was so soft. It gave no support. It was horrible. I once slept in my garden shed with a bag of compost as a pillow because I was too drunk to go into the house in front of my parents. That sounds great, actually. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry. That's the ideal consistency of a pillow for me. Not a brick, that's too much. But like a bag of compost, like a full bag of compost, only gives a little bit. Like it's a tiny bit squish, but mainly it's stiff. I think that sounds great. Tell that to one of those mad dream analyzer people and they'll tell you that probably means something really messed up nonsense. I have never had dreams analyzed because it does seem a bit nonsensical, right? It seems a bit dumb when you read any of that stuff. Could have maybe been the covering of the duvet insert rather than the contents. Either way, I bought a cheap synthetic duvet insert and brushed cotton covers down the street, and it's way better. I don't know if I'm fancy enough to tell the difference between like thread counts and different materials on bed sheets. Except once when I was a kid, the laundry was being done and the only sheets available were satin in my house, like special satin sheets that they had for like the spare bedroom, I guess, or for guests. And I slept on satin bed sheets. And I remember, basically, every time you moved around, you'd nearly slip out of the bed. It was very, it was not fun, honestly. I didn't like it. It was too slick. It felt like you were, like, it felt a bit like you were Danny DeVito oiled up in that couch. You know, where you're just kind of slipping and sliding around in there. It was horrible. It felt like I'd been vored. I didn't know what vore was then. I was quite young. Either way, I bought a cheap synthetic duvet. I was very into dream interpretation as a kid. I don't think I ever was. I don't know. I don't really know what you do in dream interpretation. Is it just like, this means you're, like, scared of skips? Is that basically what it is? I love slipping and sliding. I think in general, and this, I know how edgy and stupid this sounds. I do genuinely think I would sleep very well in a coffin or a box. I think the best sleeps I've had in recent memory are like sleeping without a pillow with the window open, or sleeping on a couch or on a floor. I think it's really nice. I think I like the rigidity and being kept in sometimes. And like window open, coffin open a crack, and then just like letting the breeze waft over me. I think that would be nice. Dreams can be your brain's way of dealing with trauma. I have heard that there's a fairly common one where your teeth all fall out, yes? I think that's meant to be a trauma response. Right, I need to make some boxes, which means I need metal. And, oh Christ, I need so much stuff. Okay, I need metal to make some good chests. So we need to smelt some metal. We have wood. So did they leave me any metal, whoever did this? No. Right, let's make some random small boxes first then. That'll be something. I hate those nightmares. I've never had one. I only very recently started getting those dreams where, or not even dreams, but like when you're about to fall asleep and you sort of kick yourself awake a little bit as if you're about to fall. I've gotten that a couple of times recently, and I never used to get that as a kid. Maybe my brain is just fucked or something, but I don't remember. I never got, like, the falling dreams or anything like that. The only dreams that, like, woke me up or were, like, nightmares when I was a kid was I would dream that I was fighting somebody and end up, like, kicking a wall in my bare feet and, like, fucking nearly breaking my toes, which is not good. That was not fun. But no teeth falling out. When I'm stressed, I have dreams that I'm either shopping or in school. Oh yes, that's one that I get actually all the fucking time. Genuinely all the time. I get dreams where I am... It's usually secondary school or college, right? And I have realized... It's like a recurring dream where I realize that I'm not going to be able to graduate and get my degree because I have neglected to do a module because I was too anxious, right? It's always that reason. It's always I was too anxious and didn't go to classes, and then it got too late because it just made me more anxious that I was missing classes. And so I realized that I have not done any of the coursework for like 2 modules, and I'm not going to be able to graduate. And then in the dream, it's basically just me walking home going, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to like tell my parents that I'm not gonna be able to graduate. I'm gonna have to like figure out what else to do next year. Oh Christ. And then I wake up and go, thank fucking Christ I am 27. Oh, it's horrible. It's the worst nightmare in the world. I have that dream, but it's years later, and I realize I didn't actually get my degree because I didn't do half of a class and I have to go back. Oh! Actual hell. Yeah, it's always like, oh, I didn't do classes, or I forgot to do tests, or something, or I was too anxious and didn't go is the fairly common one. And then I have to, like, deal with the fallout of my own actions, which is not... Oh, that's a horrible feeling. I don't like dealing with the fallout of my own actions now as an adult, let alone being a teen. Oh, that's when the too many books that I can't carry comes in, as I'm trying to find the class I need to finish and I'm late. I remember I had one variation on that where it was, basically it was me walking to, instead of walking home and having to explain, it was me walking to a principal or the dean of the college and going like, the fuck was that noise? It was me walking to the dean of the college and going, thinking in my head, like, how the fuck am I going to explain this? And how am I going to, like, garner sympathy so maybe I can retake some classes? Because it's my own fault. I'm an idiot. And you're just having that playing in my head until I woke up. Oh, somebody's bringing down a thing. Ooh. They have some genuine firepower. Teeth falling out was supposed to be about being anxious, maybe? Being naked is similar, like you're scared or something, being revealed. Failing an exam can be a representation of your anxious behavior and a way for your subconscious mind to tell you to relieve some of that anxiety. What am I supposed to do about it, brain? I'm anxious. I get dreams I'm still in school at my age, which is getting weirder as I get older. Like now I'm 31 having those dreams. And in the dream, I'm like, how many decades have I been here? That adds in like a Twilight Zone aspect. Like, you've never left here. You've always been here. I'm medicated and go to therapy and I still have those dreams. What I'm supposed to do. I mean, this is a very Tumblr, Twitter thing I'm about to say, right? But I think it does go to show a little bit that the school system as it currently exists must be very fucked up. And it must do some sort of at least mild damage to people if these dreams are so common and last. Essentially, I've heard, by the way, that they get less as you age, but I don't think they ever actually go away. I think that's just it forever. I think very occasionally, you will still just, even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you will probably just have those dreams every so often, like once every year or something as you get older. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. Brain, fix me. It's also interesting that we all have those dreams and we're in different countries. Yes, it's just like, well, I don't know. It mightn't even be anything to do with school. It might just be like your brain sort of abstracting stuff that you know, because whether you had a good time in school or not, it's, you know, there's a lot of pressure around school. And also you were probably in it for most of your life up to a point. Like, you're in school for what? Between the ages of 4 to 17, I was in primary and secondary school, and then like 4 or 5 years of college. So like a long time, right? You're in there for a long fucking time, like half your life up until you're middle-aged. So it's going to leave a lasting impression whether it was a good or a bad thing. But also, I do think there is something to be said for the modern schooling system in virtually every country is based off of like the Victorian thing of like getting children ready for workhouses and stuff. So, you know, maybe it could be revised. Here's me having enjoyed school like a freak. I know a lot of people who enjoyed school, and that's honestly genuinely good for you. That's not even in a sarcastic way. Like, genuinely, I'm very happy. Because oh, fuck me. I would genuinely rather, and this is not an exaggeration again, I swear, I would genuinely, I think, rather lose a limb than go back to secondary school, especially. Fuck me. Absolutely terrifying era of my life. But I'm always happy when I see people go like, oh, I had like a nice time in school. I was like, thank God this wasn't a universal experience. Ugh. Dreaming of barefoot indicates that you are currently looking for new ground. See, yes, I agree with Skiffy, getting into astrology territory. I believe very little of these, I think. I think there can probably be meaning to dreams. You know, if you're anxious about something in particular and you dream about it, that's probably a sign that you're anxious about it, right? However, I think a lot of it is the brain doing sort of a deep rinse of all its abstract imagery. Ground yourself and focus on a more reliable lifestyle. I mean, we have to take these with a grain of salt. Yes, there we go. I made the crazy decision to go back for my master's, so I'm going to be spending 22 of my 28 years of life in school. Oof. My brother's doing that. My brother's doing a master's. Master's is before PhD, yes? I don't have a master's, can you tell? My brother's doing his master's in something complicated. I can't even remember. But, I mean, if you enjoy school, like Emma's in college right now. Emma's in university right now in the second last year of her degree. So, and she likes school and likes doing school. And I think a lot of people would. I genuinely think a lot of people would go back to college if it was an option and money wasn't an issue, right? Like, even here, it's a little expensive. So people like college when it's like pressure free, at least. So I think I liked college more than I like secondary school. I mean, a lot more. I enjoyed it from like year 7 on when I wasn't bullied anymore. God, I wish that were me. I genuinely do not mean this next part to be dark, but I was bullied very, very badly in primary school, but I don't remember any of it. According to various therapists over the years, I have apparently blocked it out. But I remember, like in a sort of shit Ken Loach-esque drama, I pulled open a drawer in my mid-teens. Ooh, Halloween treat. Hang on, let me get my basket. Oh no, I have no fucking torch, never mind. But I remember pulling open a drawer in my house and finding the hospital reports of when I was hospitalized by bullies a couple of times in primary school, and went, oh Jesus, it was that bad. But and then sort of lightly bullied in secondary school, nowhere near as bad, to the point where I still remember it. Right? Oh jeez, it's fine. I don't remember it. It's fine. But in secondary school, mainly in secondary school, I don't even know if you'd call it bullying. It probably was, but like mainly it was just that I had absolutely no friends and a lot of depression. So it was like a bad time for me. So I just had a bad experience in school. But college is fine. College is nice. College is a good time. Not everybody likes college either, though. Basically, it's just a crapshoot. It depends on your circumstances. Some people really love school. That's been my adulthood. Oh, Jesus. In my primary school, there was very little bullying going. Just shocks me to hear otherwise. See, I went to 2 primary schools, and one primary school was evil incarnate, and I was taken out of it by my parents after that thing happened that I just mentioned. But the second primary school was lovely. I think it was just, look, I'm not going to say it's because of this, but one of the primary schools was run by priests. Right? It was a Christian Brothers school, and they are not known for being great on bullying, right? But oh, I can just pick them up now. That's incredible by left clicking. But then I moved to a much, much, much smaller primary school. The first primary school probably had 200 or 300 kids in it, maybe 200. The second primary school had, and again, no exaggeration, I think 30 people in the school. I think by the time I left, it had 60. When I joined, it had 30 people. And I don't mean in the class, I mean across the 8 classes that make up a primary school in Ireland. Like a fucking tiny, tiny amount of students. And I think that genuinely helped, because if you bullied someone, literally everybody knew about it. So it was really not a thing, which was great. That was a good thing. So that school was fun. But still very priesty, because, well, that one actually was a Protestant school, so it was more reverendy. But, you know, still very religious, because it's a school in Ireland. They are all religious. If you don't know, all public schools in Ireland are managed by the church still. At least a little bit. I blame the priest. It's very likely the priest didn't help at all. Mm-hmm. Priest running a school and it wasn't a nice school. What? The priests and nuns ran all the secondary schools in my town up until about 2006, when they built a new school. And it was a little bit more secular. Not massively secular, but still more secular than it was. It wasn't directly administered by nuns anymore, is the sort of plus. But before that, it was all Christian Brothers and Loretta nuns ran my town. I did not know that. Yeah, I don't know if there's any... I don't think there's any private or public secular schools in Ireland. It's all that... Oh, another bucket. Whatever. I could fight a nun. I've told this anecdote before, but I really love it. It's not even about me. It's about my mum. It just as an example of how nuns in Ireland are generally regarded. Because in other countries, I feel like nuns have a reputation more as like, oh, it's a little old nun. They're like little wholesome, harmless things. In Ireland, my mum worked in a shop until she retired and went to Spain. She worked in a supermarket with a bunch of her friends. This would have been in her 40s, right? A bunch of her friends who were of similar age and who were all taught by nuns in secondary school and primary school, in like the girls' schools before it all combined and went co-ed and stuff. She was on her lunch break and she was just sitting outside on a bench with some of her friends who were around her same age. And she witnessed an old nun, probably about 70 years old, get hit by a car. Right? Gently. It was in the car park of their shop. So just a very slow moving car, just like gently sideswiped a nun, made her like roll over the bonnet slightly and then fall over. And every one of the people on the bench laughed really hard and went, good. That's how nuns are received here. We don't like nuns. I was teased because I cried easily, and the more they teased me, the more I cried. No! In Germany, though, either at year 5 or 7, you get split up into lower, mid, and higher education, and none of my bullies went to the higher, so I was good from then on. They used to do that in Ireland, and then it was seen as, like, kind of fucked up and cruel, so they stopped. It was like there was like A, B, and C classes you could go to in Ireland where they would like split you up based on test scores, and then at a certain point people went, that's a bit weird, and stopped. It might still go on in some private places, but I think they stopped on like a government level. I still have not gotten any metal. Hang on, let me do that at least. We will get back up and running. That's a mood. Made more sense learning I have ADHD and get overstimulated in intense moods, so not just randomly overly sensitive. I don't know if I don't think I'm neurodivergent. I think I'm neuro... what's the other one? Neuro boring. I'm not neurospicy, I think. But I used to have a lot of sort of meltdowns and tantrums in when I was like, 5 to 10 as well, and I think that was also just fodder for bullies. Again, I think I attract a certain sort of gently fucked up individual to the chat. But again, some people are jocks in this chat, and some people really enjoyed school, which is great as well. Where would metal be? I need to find metal. Metal is the thing I need right now. You can sometimes get it in here, right? Or you can recycle it out of things. I would like metal nodes. Huge jock chat here. I was very much the stereotypical nerd, unfortunately. Just sort of... I mean, again, the anecdote I told about going up as a 13 or 14-year-old and asking the teacher if instead of doing PE with the others, if I could go to the sort of library side room and do like homework and read a novel instead, and her looking at me like, oh, you pathetic boy, sure, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. But the look on her face was like, oh Jesus, if you're even asking that, you need it. I doubt you're neurotypical. I don't know, I've never gotten tested for anything. Have I? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe I will at some point, we'll see. I don't know, it's kind of difficult to get tested for anything as an adult, isn't it? It's all very much geared towards children. I follow a lot of neurodiverse, I believe is the word, people on Twitter and things like that. And they always talk about how difficult it is if you're not a child to get any sort of diagnoses or help, because all of it is geared towards like helping children basically mask, essentially. The 80s and I guess early 90s were just dismissive explanations of, oh, they're just shy, or kids have no attention span these days, or too much MSG in food, cut that out of their diet. That was a big one. There's one guy who is responsible for that, by the way, if you don't know. There was one person in America who decided that MSG was bad, and he later admitted that it was because he didn't like Chinese people and thought their restaurants were taking over his town, right? And so he wrote this bogus report saying that MSG causes low attention span and headaches. And he eventually got struck off, or whatever you call it, when a doctor gets defrocked, He's no longer allowed to practice medicine because it was so clearly nonsense. But that myth really stuck around, and there are still people alive today, because this was only in the 80s. There's still people around who won't eat MSG or say that, like, Chinese food gives them headaches and stuff like that because of this guy. Very weird. While going on about how ADD is overdiagnosed, and then there's all of us who didn't get diagnosed until adulthood, so I doubt it, it's just common. Yes, it's like the left-handedness thing. It's like transness. It's like, that's not how you put it, but you know what I mean. It's like the trends. It's like the neurospices. It's the left-handedness. It's the left-handedness chart, right? It's, when people stopped getting beaten into not being left-handed, left-handedness shot up like a fucking rocket. And then everybody was like, oh, Jesus, there's an epidemic of left-handedness. And then it obviously evened off. And now it's like, 15% of people are left-handed or something? People are like, oh my God, there's an epidemic. Everybody's autistic. And it's like, no, you just fucking bullied them into masking for long enough. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. It might be a delivery. Bear with me. There's a package outside my door that I need to get. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. I'm here. I took off the cloak so they wouldn't hate crime me. One teacher oversaw me not having food with MSG in right before the school Christmas party. And guess what all the food had in? But I'm sure she had it in for me anyway. Always put me in a corner on my own. When I won a contest, she forgot and gave it to second place. Oof. I remember I didn't hear what the teacher said because it had just started snowing and I was laughed at it for about 2 months. Even her own kids tried to stooge her with a staple gun. Oh, Jesus. If you don't get diagnosed with anything, you're not a failure. You seem to me like doing very well, traveling all over the place. Yes, everybody is doing well in this chat, I think. The classy stream is back and gone. Painting 40k. I used to paint 40k models on my school desk, and even my teachers teased me. Oh, and I was like the coolest thing to be into Warhammer or Pokemon and nerd stuff. That's really become a thing. Like the stuff that I used to get picked on for doing, like reading Dungeons and Dragons novels. Actually, I'd probably still get picked on for doing that because that's even a step too far, I think. But like, I used to read a lot of D&D novels. Just really, you know, again, stereotypical nerd shit. I'm still looking for metal. Anybody spot a metal node? Yell in the chat. Hello, Megan. Welcome. I'm having an appointment on the 2nd, but they want to test for intelligence first because they said often helps clear things already. Fucking nervous about the whole thing. I've never had an IQ test either. I know that IQ tests are fairly maligned now. Like, nobody really likes the concept of the IQ test, right? It's apparently kind of based in some shady stuff, but I've never had one regardless. I imagine I would be dead on average. Like, what's the average? 100? Also, I do know that they keep adjusting it because people keep getting too high on it now. It's just a logic test. You can practice it. Exactly. Like, people apparently keep getting better, so they keep having to normalize it. Like, apparently 150 years ago would be like 70 now, or something ridiculous like that. So it's you know, it's a marker of a very, very specific type of thing rather than like an actual intelligence test. Meowdy, as everyone's saying meowdy to each other. I hate that's what this chat is now. I don't know. Where would you even go for an IQ test? I'm assuming there's some sort of place you can go. There's those like fake ones everywhere online, right? The higher you score, the more of a puzzle boy you are. I think it's good for like lateral thinking, right? It's all like strange logic and lateral thinking puzzles. Like basically like you're playing a 90s adventure game like Myst. Like if you have a very high IQ, you'll be great at Myst and maybe not much else. Like look at Mensa. Mensa is the place for the high IQ boys, and they're all fucking weird. According to IQ, I am a super puzzle boy. I've done one before and did fine, so it might be okay. That particular specialist has been recommended to me by a friend, which is why I dared to go in the first place. I hope it goes very well. I know, like I said, it's meant to be very difficult to get diagnosed. It's meant to be very difficult to get any help. Like, I literally, before I started streaming, I saw a tweet, or was it a Tumblr post? Regardless. I saw a post somewhere that was like somebody with autism who was in their mid-20s and had sensory issues brushing their teeth. And they were like, okay, I'm going to Google this because it's getting rough. Like how, autism, sensory issues, brushing teeth was just their Google search term. And it was all advice for like very young children. And it's like, that's good because, young children need that advice in order to make their way in the world and like be able to brush their teeth and stuff. But also adults kind of need that too, I just loaded up Stream on my laptop and got an ad for a new series of Frasier. Make it stop. I have been seeing very little about the new episodes of Frasier. I cannot imagine they're good. I saw one teaser trailer for it, and it looks fucking unbelievably bad. Now, Frasier got bad towards the end anyway, so I don't know why they'd think bringing it back would be a good idea. Frasier ran for 11 series, and I like Frasier. I think Frasier is a good show. It's like a good time. Why the fuck would they bring back Frasier, of all things? Does Kelsey Grammer have gambling debts or a divorce that he needs to pay off or something? IQ test is for Only Connect nerds. I have never actually watched Only Connect, but I kind of like the idea of it. I've seen like there's an online version of Only Connect that I've seen someone do, and it's kind of fun. Most pitchfork take. Frasier's kind of fun. Frasier's a fun show. Kelsey Grammer's a fucking nightmare person. He's awful. But Frasier's good. I think Frasier is probably better than Cheers, which is a high bar because Cheers is okay. Cheers is like a fun show. But I think Frasier is even better. Emma loves Frasier. If anybody wants to disparage Frasier, fight Emma. Because she fucking loves Frasier. I think Frasier got really bad in the last series or two. But it kept itself going for a while. I liked it. I played a Frasier game this very morning. There's a Frasier game? That sounds amazing. I love Frasier too. Yeah, I like Frasier. I think it's a good time. Frasier comeback plans came about before COVID happened, during a wave of reboots, Nick, where they tried to get going. It just feels very, and I say this about everything now, right? It feels very intellectually lazy, right? It feels very dumb. Like, it's like when I saw that they were rebooting Silent Hill, and they're rebooting Frasier, and they're rebooting The Exorcist, and they're rebooting Halloween, and they're rebooting everything.
Should I take from?
If you want to. Emma wants Pig. Say goodbye to Pig. Oof. Hi, Pig. Hello.
My sweet.
There you go. You can take a Pig. Love you.
My sweet.
They're going to remake Murder, She Wrote about a blogger. And I think Angela Lansbury, who is dead?
Yeah.
Yes, who is dead. Only very, very recently. She was one of the ones that stopped it. She was like, absolutely fucking not. And I think she had a stake in the like intellectual property or something and was like, absolutely fucking no. Are you insane? So good for her.
I think the people who do Back to the Future do the same thing.
Yes, the people who made Back to the Future are like, as long as I am alive, there will be no Back to the Future sequels or reboots. So too bad they didn't stop the Telltale game.
Sending assassins over it. I haven't even watched the new Frasier. I don't want to.
Oh God, no! Nobody's gonna watch the new Frasier. It looks terrible.
It's not supposed to be any good.
I was saying you love Frasier.
I do love it.
Emma loves Frasier.
But I wouldn't want to watch the new Frasier.
Mm-hmm. I would take a new Frasier over a new Friends if they ever make Friends 2. Oh Christ! Can you imagine how depressing that would be? Please don't ever make a game. I think Friends is objectively worse. I watched more of it, probably, because it was always on, more than Frasier was when I was a kid. Friends was just always there. It was like an ever-present friend. Friends is really, really bad. It's a lot of people's comfort show, I believe, Friends. Like, I think Friends, I don't know what streaming platform is it on. Is it Netflix? It's still always reaches like the top of the charts in whatever streaming service it's on. Same with The Office, which I also hate, but is probably less bad. People still just will watch Friends endlessly. It's like a Friends machine. Do you think the Friends people thought Joey was going to be their Frasier? Oh, God. Probably they hoped, right? If you don't know, Frasier is a spin-off of Cheers. And I feel like Frasier was so successful and critically acclaimed that people forgot that it was even a spin-off. It was that successful. It ran for longer than Cheers and was more, like, way more critically acclaimed. And I think had higher viewing figures and everything. Cheers is already pretty good for an American sitcom. And then Frasier kind of blew it out of the water, in terms of popularity at least. So, God, can you imagine how devastated they were when Joey didn't take off in the same way? Oh, they'd give it some modern term, like what did kids say? Mutuals. They'd say moots. I forgot they did the Joey show. Everybody did. Other than as a punchline, that show may as well not exist. I vaguely remember Friends more than Frasier, but not really much of either. Frasier is definitely better. I mean, look, I know Emma loves Frasier. I don't know if either are, like, required viewing now, but, like... And I think Frasier goes off a cliff at the end, just like even Friends did. And Friends wasn't good to start with. But Frasier's okay. Frasier, I think, is solid as a show. It's you know, when it went downhill, I really didn't like it when Niles and Daphne got together. And Daphne, who was a fairly fun character and well-written character and was interesting, they just completely fucked her over and made her like a nagging housewife. And I was like, Jesus, what the fuck is this? Is very sexist. Daphne was like interesting and, you know, actually had a character. Then they just went, nah, we don't know how to write a couple. Friends was bad and Frasier was boring. Don't even remember if I saw Joey, but I remember it was a thing. Didn't the Joey actor become the new Top Gear host? For a while, yes. Top Gear.
Is there any of that big bread left?
No. Joey, the guy who played Joey, Matt LeBlanc, was one of the hosts on Top Gear when Top Gear was going through its like little crisis. Right? Top Gear is a cursed show. It's just a cursed show. It's a cursed franchise. Don't watch Top Gear. It's beyond shit. I watched Top Gear when I was a kid because my dad was really into Top Gear, and I even kind of liked some Top Gear. Looking back, it's like aggressively stupid and misogynistic and racist and just, oh, I hate Top Gear now. But as a kid, I was like, oh. But after they left, and I can't even remember why they left. Why did Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May, who can live, if one of them lives, it'll be him. Why did they leave again? Was it because Jeremy Clarkson punched that Irishman in the head? It might have been that. There was a few things. There was the racism. There was the sexism. It might have been the punching in the head incident. Anyway, they left. And they tried to replace the hosts in, like, various ways. They tried to shift up the programming a bit. They tried to replace the hosts with trendy people and then older people to appeal to the dads who watched it. And none of it worked. And I think it might be off the air now. I'm not even really sure if it still exists, Top Gear. Good. The only other person I know that liked Frasier was also a pretentious nerd, so I don't think it's for me. Emma loves it. But she's also a pretentious nerd, like me. He's alright in episodes, for sure. I quite liked episodes. And then I watched it again and didn't like episodes. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on episodes. When I watched episodes, I went, oh, this is quite good. And Matt LeBlanc is actually acting. Holy shit. He's actually like putting some emotion into it. And I really like Tamsin Greig and I like Stephen Mangan, okay? So I was like, okay, this is fun. And then I watched it again fairly recently just to go like, oh, I never actually finished this. Maybe I'll watch the first series again. And I got like 6 episodes in and went, I wasn't really into it anymore. I think Freddie Flintoff was the last main presenter and he fucked his face up in a crash. I saw that. That's why it's been on my mind. I saw a headline of that where it was just Freddie Flintoff, who's a sort of cricket lad, if that makes any sense to people outside of England. He's a cricket lad. He's like a laddie cricket boy. And I just saw the image of him with like scars all over his face. I went, oh, Jesus, what happened? And it was like, settled with BBC for Top Gear accident. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Not even called Fred. Brilliant description of him. Proper lad. He's like a cheeky northern lad who plays cricket. So Christ, the opposite of me, basically. I don't even know the rules of cricket. It's been explained to me 4 times in my life, I think, and I can't keep it in my brain. It's too silly. Sorry if there's any cricket fans. I know a lot of people like cricket. Hit the ball. Like, there's wickets, there's runs. I don't really know how you play cricket. It's like extremely complicated rounders. You know how like baseball is basically just American rounders. Cricket is like if they doubled down on the Englishness of rounders. If you just hit the ball, you'll be fine. I remember when Hammond had the crash and people treated him like a hero. Oh, I was about to say so many fucked up things as TOS warnings flashed in my brain. I'm not saying it would have been good if the crash was worse. Okay. The Stuart Lee routine about Hammond's crash is great. I believe I've seen that as well. Fuck, I hate Richard Hammond. I actually think I hate Richard Hammond more than Jeremy Clarkson, which is hard because Jeremy Clarkson's a monster. But it's basically the same joke you're making. You can say what you want, it's a free country. But like, Jesus Christ, like Richard Hammond is like the Salacious Crumb to Jeremy Clarkson's Jabba the Hutt, right? Like, Jabba the Hutt is obviously the evil ringleader, but Salacious Crumb is just there hanging on going in the background, and you want to punch him more. Hello. Also, he's very small, which fits in. What a fantastic analogy. What? Emma has locked the cat out. She's bothering her while she's trying to do homework. The cat is sitting in front of the door looking at it now. Emergency shutdown triggered. Does anybody like Richard Hammond? I remember, you know what? The least irritating thing that Richard Hammond has ever done was for a while he hosted a show on Sky, I believe, called Brainiac, I think, which was like a shit pop science show that was almost entertaining as a child. When I was a kid, I was like almost entertained by those shows. And I was like, okay, this is fine. If you just did this. But then he went on to fucking... Oh, Christ. Total Wipeout? Oh, that's even worse. Total Wipeout, which is just people falling in rivers and him going, ha ha ha, I'm very English. Tits and blowing up caravans. It is the ultimate lad show. Top Gear, right? It's exclusively for lads. With John Tickle from Big Brother. Was he from Big Brother? Sorry, I did not watch nearly enough Big Brother to know that. Let's make a chest, at least. He done fell in the water. Brainiac, that is. Yeah, I did improv with the bald doctor experiment on that guy. What's his name? Oh no, I liked Brainiac. I didn't mind Brainiac. Brainiac, look, in terms of the shit that Richard Hammond has been involved in, Brainiac was better. Emma has guilted and let her back in.
He's trying to steal my ham.
It's your fault for eating ham. Mm-hmm. Are they doing anything anymore? I'm not really sure if they're even doing stuff now. Like Top Gear boys. Are they on Amazon now? Something like that? I saw that on stream. What, Brainiac? Sarah watches some baffling shit on her stream. Dr. Bunhead. Oh, Christ. Can you hear Emma yelling at Kat as she tries to steal her ham? They do like specials on Amazon now. I would say the least irritating things that were done on Top Gear were the specials where they would like go to foreign locations and just travel around a bit. They were almost bearable at the time. Looking back, they were just as bad. But at the time, I could almost watch them and have fun. Like, I remember them going to Vietnam and various other countries. Myanmar, although I believe they called it Burma because that's the type of people they are. Yes, exactly. That's the thing. It's like even when that was more fun, like, you know, oh, we're going to do a long road trip on scooters across Vietnam or something. They couldn't help but being racist fucks. So, you know, ugh. Oxford Mail is in constant stories about Clarkson and his farm. Oh, it's near where I live. Oof. I've heard that Clarkson's farm is more bearable as well, but I can't watch that. Jesus. I mean, I would rather watch nothing ever again, I think, than watch anything with Clarkson in it again. Ugh. Right, let's start sorting some things away. That'll be fun to watch. Let's start recovering. I should probably build a little fence, right? Evil little kitty. The cat now will not leave Emma alone. She just sits near Emma while she eats and tries to grab at her ham. It's just very funny for me because she's not interested in my food at all because I don't eat meats. So it's great. I don't get pestered at all. Also, don't you put locks on your TC. I'm having a crisis, okay? I will in a second. I need to put stuff away first. Whereas this goes down here. I'll just dump shit for now. I'll reorder it in a bit. I'll like organize all of this into nice little rows later, okay? For now, this is fine. I want to make some walls or maybe honeycombing? Honeycombing is nice and easy, isn't it? I just hear Emma going at the cat. Oh, I like living here. Oh, can I wear a hat? No, I've already got a better hat. Don't give them advice. Let them be raided over and over and left destitute. That's so rude. I keep that on me because I'll need it. I'll need stone and wood, I believe. That's kind of the main things I'll need here. Yes? Emma is asking me to take the cat away from her.
Just close the door. I know it's me, but just funny.
Oh. You were trying to steal ham, weren't you? Oh. There you go. There you go. Hop up there for a bit. Where are you going now? The door's closed, I'm sorry, she told me. She's gone right back for ham. My boyfriend when I was 18, whose parents were Scottish, made me watch Top Gear. Horrible. Then he left the DVD at my house and it never got watched again. A DVD of Top Gear. Oh, making us Scots look bad. I associate Top Gear now with people who get very, very, very red on holidays and who shout things like, "Chips, por favor! Can I have some fucking chips, please?" That's who watches Top Gear, right? Not to be too rude. He really did. He sucked. But he also watched a bit of Doctor Who with David Tennant, which was a lot better. I watched a lot of Doctor Who. I still watch a lot of Doctor Who. Roast beef, as the French called them. That's definitely a subset of the fan base. Also, I have built in a place where I don't seem to be able to honeycomb. Maybe if I build up higher? Hang on. They're too close to another building. What the fuck are you talking about? What other building? I can build right here. Oh, no. What, my building? Can I not build anywhere? I can. This could be an issue. Let's gather more wood anyway. You're not building anymore? Hang on, let's go over here. I know, it's like my parents have moved to Spain, and when I went to Spain to help set up their house with them, with my dad, there is a noticeable amount in the south of Spain of British expats, and you can tell because they are all bright red. They are the reddest people I've ever seen in my fucking life. They're all wearing tank tops. They're all bright red. They're all wearing reflective sunglasses. And they all ask for chips in that voice. It's like they come from a cloning factory. Most of them are bald as well. And a lot of them have gold necklaces. It's just a thing. I was asking my dad, like, oh, are you going to move into one of those, like, Little England, Little Ireland places and live with expats? And he went, fuck no. I am learning Spanish immediately. Because that sounds like hell. We are going to make Spanish friends, for fuck's sake, because Jesus Christ, I do not want to be one of those people. So good for them. I don't even know if they call themselves expats. I must ask my parents if they do that, because I slightly hate people who call themselves expats. I judge them at the very least. I'm like, I don't like that you'd say that. Because expat is an immigrant who is less brown and has more money than other immigrants. That's what an expat is. And I always hated it as a phrase. Why can't I build here? Too close to another building. I can build there. Why is that not close to another building, but that is? Ah, fucker. And I can't build here? Maybe I should just build a wall. Fuck it. Maybe I should just get like lots of stone and build walls. But I think I would need to research walls. Where are walls in this workbench? Open tech tree. How do I build a wall? Walls are down here. High external walls. I need 440 scrap to research that. How much scrap do I have? Not nearly that much. Oh god. Okay, I'll be going on some scrap runs then. Christ. Well, let's go do that, shall we? Let's just go gathering and scrapping. Oh, I hear the cat going, meow. Time to gamble. 22 out of 400, nearly there. It actually doesn't take that long, really. So much for going killing. I mean, where would people be? I mean, we'll go up to, like, the abandoned supermarket. That'll have some scrap and maybe some people as well. Let's see what happens. Also, I never opened the boxes that came. These just got delivered. It has a big flaming battery on the box, so I imagine it's some sort of streaming supplies that I ordered. Let's do an unboxing. Some lights. These are going to go under the shelf in the background. I'll send a photo at some point. Some lights to replace these fucking lights, which I don't really like anymore. Some fill lights. Got some fill lights to go on my monitors to replace this scrappy €10, what's it called? Ring light that's pointed at me right now, which does not do enough to illuminate my face. The background is significantly brighter. So I have a fill light here and a fill light there. It's going to be professional key lights. There we go. I spent too much money on these lights. USB hub. Good stuff. So I can run this shit. And what's this? I don't know what this is. It's an envelope. It is a book that I bought for Emma's birthday. Right, good. And also coming over the next day or two is a new camera. Not for me. This camera will look a lot better with the lighting changes. The camera that I've got will go on the desk and be pointed at the shoebox that the guinea pigs sleep in. So I might do a thing where for channel points or bits, you can activate the guinea pig camera for maybe like half an hour or something. I think that might be a cool little update. Just like a tiny little guinea pig camera in the bottom corner or just under my camera or something. I'll set it up over the weekend. Whenever it comes, basically. I'll set up the stream set over the weekend and set up the camera whenever it arrives. I don't know when it's coming. Keeps buying all this unnecessary stuff for the stream instead of that maid outfit. I said that if I ever reached 1,000 followers on Twitch, that I would update the look of the stream a little bit, like maybe make some new graphics, because I make all the graphics on the stream, which is why they look so bad. It's why they all look like the frames and stuff all look very simple. So I might redo them as well. I'll see. I made this. I make everything for my own stream. But I think I've never really liked the lighting behind me. So I'm going to definitely change that. And I don't like the ring light. I think it's too weak. Or where the camera is, I might change that as well and get a tripod for it, a proper one. I'll see. I'll do all that over the weekend. RGB to smear all over the wall, an obnoxious neon light, and a cardboard cutout of somebody, like streamer in a box kit. Ugh, I am not doing that. This will be nice, white or soft off-white lighting. I do not really like the sort of neon RBG thing that all streamers go for. It took forever for me to find a nice case for my PC when I was building it that didn't look like a fucking Boy Racer's wet dream. basically what my dad's computer looks like. My dad's computer has fucking spoilers on it, I'm pretty sure. It's just a horrible looking nightmare of a computer. It's horrible looking. Really shit. Mine is just basically a featureless black rectangle with a single like Knight Rider Cylon-esque line down the middle of it that glows, and that's it. I accidentally bought the biggest case ever. It's probably twice the size of yours, maybe 3 times. I think mine is just like a MIDI case or whatever the middle tier tower is. It's barely big enough, actually. my motherboard and my graphics card in particular have a slightly rough time. Oh, I forgot about you. There's another one right here. Hang on. Maybe we get something from in here. I don't have very much ammo, though. Oh! I have less ammo now. And I have no torches. Ooh, some food, though. That's very useful. I like my Noctua case fans because A, super quiet, and B, are not RGB. Noctua, they're the incredibly well-respected, beloved fan company who make the ugliest components I've ever seen, right? They're the ones where everything looks like shit brown, I believe. I think. But if you want something that is very quiet, they're lovely. Brown and beige, that's it. Fuck me. Take a lot of fucking mummy bullets. Ooh, a chainsaw! I'll take that, thank you. That's already worth it, to be honest. I'll take a chainsaw. I don't know if I can do much more without more ammo. There's another boy. Start it up. Start it. Oh, God, there's 2 of them. Never mind, run away. Right. We need more ammunition before we go in there. Fuck me!
The poor loaf is just sitting there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The poor loaf is just sitting there.
Yeah, she wants your ham.
We're finished now.
Was that like a punishment for cowardice? Oh, Christ. Oh, God. Okay. You can get white and grey ones now, but still, I kind of like the concept of Noctua. It's like, if you literally want really ugly shit that works incredibly well, go with Noctua. It's a really strong brand identity, genuinely. Not even as a joke, that's just like a really strong brand. Because that's what immediately what I think of is like, even in a subconscious level, I think that works as like, this is really, really shit looking, so it must be good because they're famous and people keep buying them anyway. It's like the opposite of like the RGB lighting, really. Because the RGB lighting, I mean, you can even get RAM that glows now, and that I immediately discounted that. I bought new RAM fairly recently, maybe about a few months ago now. And one of the options was RAM that glowed RGB colors when it was like doing calculations. And I went, I would rather not have the RAM upgrade than that. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the eye in the mirror if I had that. It would depress me. For a cooling fan company, their hoodies ironically keep you very warm. I love that they make hoodies. I've kind of fallen out of knowing what good PC peripherals are, though. Or peripherals, components, whatever. Like, I used to keep up with that sort of thing, and now I don't as I've gotten older. Basically, the only time I ever talked with anyone, as somebody who didn't really have many friends, ever, at any point, the only time I ever really talked to anyone was acquaintances that were, like, other nerds. And a lot of them knew a lot about computer stuff. So I ended up talking and knowing a lot about, you know, computer peripherals and computer parts and stuff like that, and building computers, which I was already kind of interested in anyway. But since then, and since not talking to them as much, I basically don't know what's good anymore. Like, I don't know what the good companies are. I think for graphics cards, it's still basically Nvidia and AMD, right? They have like the sort of co-monopoly, but beyond that, I don't really know what's going on. And my life has not suffered in any way because of it. Turns out, I didn't really need to know any of that shit. It's fine. I can look it up when I need to upgrade a computer, and that's about it. I know just enough that I can build a computer decently without blowing things up. And that's all I need. Thank you. I miss the days when there were 2, maybe 3 choices what to go for. Now each generation of graphics cards has 4 options for both AMD and NVIDIA. Then for each one, there's 8 different manufacturers. Yes, it's the same with monitors when I was buying a monitor. I mean, it's the same with everything now, right? It's really like hyper expanded. My tower is a Fractal 7 XL. I could not tell you what my tower is, what my case is. The only reason I know the names of my parts is when I Google why they've gone wrong and are fucking up so much. Like, I know the name of my motherboard. I shouldn't know the name of my motherboard. It's because it's shit and I keep having to fix shit on it. Right? I know that I have a... I'm not going to read out the fucking code of it, but I know the name of it now. Fractal is a name I heard of as being good. Oh, Christ! Start the fucking thing! Eat some corn, boys. And then just fucking go. No! I turned it off accidentally! Why does it keep turning off? I keep pressing 5 extra times. I'm gonna die. If I hadn't accidentally turned off my chainsaw twice, that could have gone well. I haven't upgraded my PC since 2016 and it still runs like a dream. That's what I kind of have done. Like, I haven't updated my PC. Oh no, I got new RAM, like I just said. But, I've intend not to buy anything new for my PC for a while. Maybe a new processor, but that's about it for a while. Thank you for Yippee. Because I don't like it, and I want to future-proof it so that I don't have to do it anymore. It's my same attitude on shoes, right? I refuse now to buy shoes that are under 60 or 70 euro. Whereas before, I would regularly buy shoes that were like 10 to 15 euro, and it meant that I ended up buying a lot more shoes and spending a lot more money on shoes. Now, I try to future-proof my shoes, and really that has expanded to everything. I try to buy less things for more money, which feels worse in the moment because I don't have a lot of money in my life, right? So it always is like, oh, this is a lot to be spending on whatever. And then it usually works out because you don't have to buy it as much. So, you know, economy. In the 80s, we used to have heavy steel cases, then it went plastic, then lightweight metal. Now I think we're back to heavy steel. It's probably better. I mean, whatever lasts the longest is probably better, right? I remember metal cases. I remember my dad having computers, like the big beige fucking things from the 90s with, that were metal, and they were fucking heavy. So yeah, maybe we're back to that now. Yours is 60 centimeters tall. I don't know what mine is. Mine's probably like 40? Just eyeballing it, maybe? I don't really know. Those weighed a ton, the old ones. My dad referred to them as beige monsters. Because, you know, the fucking big CRT monitors and the big beige cases. I think that was what my first computer was, one of them. I remember having a big fucking thick-rimmed monitor, at least, when I was very young, like 6, right? Because they did not last that long, I think, in my youth. Because I was born in the 90s. Mine is steel and glass and weighs a ton and is like carrying a table. I mean, again, it means it'll... Ah! Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I terrified a guinea pig by my feet. Just kill me. Fuck it. I thought you'd despawn like a bear. That genuinely really scared me. I want to get some of the shit back, please. Respawn anywhere, we'll just run to it. Press any key. Let's go back up here. Let's try and find it. Where I was. Where the fuck am I? I am down here somewhere, I think. Oh, Christ. Okay, let's get running. I feel like in general, people are going that way a bit more. There's another one. I feel like in general, things are going that way a bit more. I feel like in the 2000s and 2010s, everything was made of cheap plastic. Now I think people are going more into like reusable things and, you know, getting things to last longer. Probably because everyone's poorer now, right? It felt like when people had a little bit more disposable income and business was booming, like the Celtic Tiger was going on and stuff like that. It's the most obnoxious name for a fucking boom ever. But when that was all happening, people had a lot more disposable income and could afford to buy a lot more things. Now, feels like as everybody's getting a lot poorer, people want things to last longer. That's my theory of economy from an idiot. Oh, I hope the guinea pig's okay. I didn't realize she was under my feet all that time while I screamed. Oh, this looks like a base that will have something that shoots at me. Ooh, a little chemistry table. I know, I haven't even moved my computer in a while. I don't actually even know how heavy it is. I should, at the weekend, what I'm going to do, because all of this stuff has come now, all of this equipment, these are actually quite heavy as well. I know that doing this does not really show you how heavy it is, but it does for me. I'm going to take apart my computer and clean it and put it back together, because I haven't cleaned it in about a year, and like rewire some stuff as well. Basically, everything should be a lot neater and look a little bit less like a horrible rat's nest that I sit at every day. We'll be looking into cases made of bamboo that can be reconfigured into a coffin. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know. I've said that before. I don't even want a coffin. I suppose it's probably illegal not to in some places. But, like, throw me down a hole. This looks like it'll have something that shoots at me. Well, this is a very built-up area. I don't even know if I've ever been down here. Have I? This is like a little city. And it's got lots of these windmills, which I think tank performance quite badly. I think in other servers I've played on, windmills have been illegal. Or at least you can't have many of them, and you're meant to exchange them for other power sources or something. Because it makes the... Oh, it's getting a little bit framey. Rust. It's very well made. It's one of those games that's been in development for so long. Like, is Rust... Rust is officially out, right? It was in early access for years and years and years. But, Rust is like a complete retail game. And yet it still doesn't work amazingly, right? It's still a bit of a glitchy disaster. And probably just always will be, and it's something that people have accepted. Much like a Bethesda game. Remember when Starfield came out? No. It was recently. Still no? Well, it's probably for the best. Starfield came out and was a buggy fucking disaster that kept breaking on me. And at that point I was like, maybe I've given Bethesda too much slack over the years. Seems like Rust is one of those, where it's like, it'll get fixed eventually. Or not, and modders will take care of it. There's Rust mods, right? I think this has some of them. I don't know what. There's this backpack, but I don't know what this does. Can I equip a backpack at this point? I've never seen one so far, although I have been... I would say across all of the Rust servers and wipes that I've been on, I have done the most bad on this one. Partially because I haven't been able to play it a lot, but also I have just been really bad at it. There was that burst of people who were given early copies to stream and sang its praises. Then a week later, they changed their tune. Starfield or Rust? Because it could have been either, to be honest. Starfield, I feel like, got a huge release. There was ads for it everywhere. And then I thought something was a bit fishy with Starfield when they gave it away free on Game Pass day one. Because I was like, that doesn't... When an indie game does that, because Pentiment did that, when an indie game does that, you go, oh, that's fun. They probably got partially funded by it, so they're giving it away free. Like, it doesn't... They've probably already made their profits in some way. When Starfield, a big fucking AAA Bethesda game, does it, I go, they probably want to make it look like this game is doing way better than it might. And then I played it and went, oh, I hate this. That's strong. I didn't hate Starfield. I'm trying to be less hyperbolic in my life. I think Starfield was not good, but honestly, it's the worst of both worlds. I think Starfield is a 5 out of 10. Like Outer Wilds. No, Outer Worlds was. Remember Outer Worlds? You also probably don't. It was the Bethesda sci-fi RPG. Not the Bethesda one, sorry. The Obsidian space RPG. And I remember thinking at the time, this is my new definition of mediocre. Like, whenever I think of a 5 out of 10 game that does absolutely nothing well, but nothing horrifically badly, I will think of Outer Worlds. And that, I think, is still slightly better than Starfield. I think Starfield might be slightly on the bad side compared to that game, which is devastating because I did not really like Outer Worlds, as I just said. There was that burst of people who were given early copies. They kind of banked on it drawing in people to start using Game Pass and then kept using it, generating persistent income. That's probably true. I mean, I got Game Pass because a friend of mine generously gave me a code for 3 months free Game Pass that she got. It was Zara, friend of the channel, Auntie Zara. She gave me 3 months free Game Pass. I went, ooh, I've been meaning to play Pentiment, so I'll play that using Game Pass. And did, and thought, this is great. Oh, Christ, the fucking noise. Now, where's my body? Where's my succulent boy body? But then I just kept it up and played Fable and other stuff. I'm gonna say Fable, Fable 2, and Pentiment were good on Game Pass. Oh, and Yakuza 0 I got on Game Pass as well. I'm not sure there's much else on Game Pass that I have liked. I'm not sure there's much else that I would actually recommend for somebody to play. I think it was, other than those, I've played some real shit on it. The $1 Game Pass offer disappeared a month or so before Starfield release. I think I'm on Game Pass Ultimate as well. I keep forgetting to cancel it. Although, I won't cancel Game Pass Ultimate until I get the Fable 3 series done, because I want to play Fable 3, and that's only on Ultimate, because you cannot buy Fable 3, by the way, on PC. Fable 3, I believe, released on PC. You can't buy it, though. You can't buy Fable 3 legally. I couldn't even find a torrent of it. I looked. It was on Steam for a while. It was on, like, the EA shop or whatever. They pulled it. Now you can only play it on consoles, or by streaming it, like I did with Fable 2, on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So I have that. So I'll try playing Fable 3 like that. Because it worked okay for Fable 2. Little bit of a, bitrate issue, but that's about it. I can't find my body, by the way, which is very depressing. My body's somewhere around here. My other body, the one with all my fucking stuff on it. Ooh, hello. What are you? A really good game is KOTOR. Should play it sometime. It's on the list. It's probably would come after Fable. Ooh, look at this. Let's just turn off the torch and wait for a second. I will probably play it at some point after Fable 3. I don't want more than one, RPG running at the same time, because that would get very tiring, because they would generally run for a while. I need to look up how long KOTOR is as well. I'm going to quietly unbox something while this box comes down. Do I have a knife anywhere? I do. What game is this? I think it was Starfield. I don't know. It's made me just very cynical and not looking forward to. There's a more eloquent word for that, but I'll leave it. It's made me look forward to any Elder Scrolls or Fallout news a lot less. Starfield. I think it was so disappointing. And this is somebody who had no... Oh, for fuck's sake! It's another zombie prick. The fuck is wrong with you? Why? I'm not doing anything to you. I can't even fucking see. I'm gonna die. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's made me less likely to play any future Bethesda games. Love to see it. Just rude. Right, do I have any weapons I can take with me? Weapons or food or healing, so I'm not just dying over and over again? I've got some sweets. Fuck it, take some sweets as some food. And this knife, maybe, would be good. Can I have this knife? Or a bow and some arrows. That's something, sure. Delusional if you think this chat roots for you in Rust or in any games. I don't want the sweets right now. Leave me alone. Actually, maybe I do want the sweets. Give me my little Halloween bucket. Oh, it's so fucking dark though. Where's my little Halloween bucket? Halloween bucket is right here. Let me get some sweets. At least it's food. Oh, it's actually getting a little bit bright. Good stuff. Where are my little sweets? Sweet. 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 And we want to be going in the direction of the death that we just had. Give me sweets and give me the crate, please. There it is. I don't need the body. It's all schadenfreude here. The only thing I'm scared about is BioWare's future. Yes, BioWare are... I mean, I hate to say it. They're fucked, right? BioWare are fucked. The new Dragon Age looks to be in dev hell, and I'm very nervous about Mass Effect 4. I would not be surprised if they released one more game and then were quietly shut down forever. BioWare had a wake-up call, but too little too late. BioWare, I mean, I don't mean to be, again, too, like, smug about it or anything, but I basically wrote off BioWare as a company. Like, the death knell sounded when EA bought them. And that was a while ago now, but I don't think they've been particularly good since. Like, send them to the Call of Duty mines, exactly. Where the fuck are all my sweets, by the way? Or why are these other kids getting sweets and I don't? Where the fuck are my sweets? I have no sweets left. Or Battlefield, I guess. It's just, as soon as they get EA-ified, they go the way of Maxis, right? You don't even like sweets. Yeah, but I want to be in the competition. Where are my sweets? No, I only got 3 sweets. You want salty bread and ice cubes. Ice cubes are a sort of treat. They're not a sweet, but they're a treat. I had ice cubes recently, and it was nice. I had some ice cubes and some salt and vinegar crisps as a treat while I was watching a movie. Actually, I was watching Scavenger's Reign. It wasn't a movie. Oh, there's a fucking pitchfork boy. Right, I'm gonna eat these sweets. Fuck it, I don't need them. just eat them. I want to take this shit and then run. Anyone else around me? Run, just fucking go for it. He's gonna come for me, I think. Yeah, he's coming for me. Just take him and run. Run, 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 run. Okay, bullet him. Shoot him! How shit is this gun? Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Okay. Take all these. And then take the rest of it and then run away. Right? EA is very good at buying studios and then ruining them. Yes, that is like their whole thing. I don't know. Like, what was the last game I played that was BioWare that I genuinely really liked? I don't hear a horse, do I? That would be too much. I just want to go home now. Let me go. I think those are my footsteps. I think we're fine. Unload this, get some more ammo up. Eat some tasty, salty treats. Like, I played Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2? Mass Effect 3 isn't the last EA game I played, is it? Christ, that's a long time ago now. Mass Effect Andromeda could have been fixed, but they didn't release DLC or even attempt to fix it. I admit it wasn't the best game, but they should have tried to make it better. I think that was the general consensus, was that it sucked, but they could have fixed it, and they didn't. But again, BioWare... I think BioWare isn't even really the same company anymore, is it? Like, does anybody work at BioWare still who once worked there? Like, I think that's what EA does, is they just sort of, like, oust everybody who won't make an EA game, basically. I do remember being like, oh, that sucks, when Mass Effect Andromeda came out and people were like, oh, it's it's a glitchy mess, you know? Like, even aside from any story things that were unsatisfying, it's a mess. I was like, oh, that's sad. They were such a good company. Like, so many of my favorite games were BioWare. Like, again, I've said this before. My favorite game as a child, one of my favorite games still is Neverwinter Nights, and that's a BioWare game. And I remember being like, oh, EA bought them. Oh, probably never going to get another thing as good as that then. Neverwinter Nights was in 2002. That's maybe it. I love Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights 2, that was so good. Neverwinter Nights 2 was Obsidian, actually. Not even BioWare. I think BioWare published it, maybe. But that was Obsidian. Who I also like. I like Obsidian. Obsidian, who make Pentiment and Fallout New Vegas. By far the best Fallout. And a mediocre space game in Outer Worlds. Most went off to Obsidian or other studios, yeah. It's now just like the skeleton of what it once was. A bit like Maxis, right? Neverwinter Nights 2 lost me in the tutorial when a vital NPC got killed and softlocked me. Obsidian! People give a lot of shit to Bethesda for fucking breaking games. And rightfully so. Neverwinter Nights 2 and other Obsidian games really prove that they deserve the reputation as well. Neverwinter Nights 2 was about smashing the wall of purgatory in the realm of the dead. The expansion, that is. I don't know if I ever actually played the expansion Neverwinter Nights 2. And I liked Neverwinter Nights 2. I thought it was a good game. Not my favourite game or anything, but I really enjoyed it. Epic level nonsense. I mean, it's a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's sort of... Those games kind of remind me of like Baldur's Gate, by which I mean they're incredibly dumb. Like, they're really fucking stupid, but fun and charmingly stupid. Like, they're unbelievably stupidly written and stupidly acted and stupidly designed, but they're so charming and endearing because of that. It's not even in spite of it, it's because of that. So yeah, I really like those games. There was a spell to turn people into chickens, right up your alley, that spell. It's like, I knew that Baldur's Gate was of the same DNA of things like Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2 and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and stuff like that. When a genie turned me into a wheel of cheese and then screamed cheese at me. And I was like, that is the stupidest shit that's ever happened. That is exactly what those games were like. Really felt authentic. Anyway, on that, I should probably end the stream. This has been a fucking disaster. Everything has gone wrong. I will probably try and log in for like an hour or two over the weekend and fix up this fucking house and maybe research a wall at some point. That would be nice. In the meantime, thank you for watching. It was very, very fun. I'll be live again on Monday for something. Maybe more Rust. Maybe Ripper. I want to finish that as well. I'll post a schedule at some point. Cheers, thank you. Obsidian made KOTOR 2, which is actually very good. One thing is production that was very short, so you have to add a restored content mod. That's the same with Fallout New Vegas. Fallout Vegas, even without mods, is amazing. But there's a restored content mod and a Jay Sawyer mod, who's the guy who directed it, to put stuff back in and tweak things, because famously... Fallout New Vegas was developed in under 18 months, which is criminally short for a game that size. So a lot of shit does not work and was cut. And even so, it is still by far the best Fallout game, like by a mile, which is embarrassing for Bethesda because they have a lot more time and make much worse games. Let's go /raid. Who's live? Let's raid this person. Thank you for watching. Unrecognized command. I misspelled the word raid. I am so fucking smart. Cool. Let's raid this person. Just the first person I see who's playing Rust. There we go. Oh my god, just fucking click the fucking command. What are you doing? Enter. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you. Adversity breeds creativity. Thank you for watching. I will be live on Monday. I'll post a schedule on Discord and on Twitter. It'll be a fun time. Next time you see this stream, the lighting will be different. The camera will look a bit sharper. There'll be new stuff around. It'll be a good time. Bye. See ya. Bye. Never a dull moment. Thank you. Bye. Awkward wave.